Sometimes you need a little bit of guidance to help you come to certain conclusions that you wouldn't be able to come to on your own. Actually, out eating. But this one, it smells so good. Okay, so still haven't gone to the gym. At least I got some stuff done around the house, but still haven't gone to the gym, still haven't got my nails done. But right now I am prioritizing nails over the gym, specifically because if I don't make it up to the gym, like that I typically leave the house to go to, I'll do a workout at home on the tonal machine upstairs. So the nail salon, on the other hand, y'all, my nails need to be done. And I'm hesitant to go back to the same place that I went to before because last time I went to this particular place, they did my nails in a way that made them already look old. So like they left a little bit of space like at my cuticle. Have y'all ever had that happen before? And I think it's like a marketing tactic where they want you to come back sooner. Cause like my nails, they grow somewhat, they don't really grow fast. Like I guess at just like a normal rate. But the way that she did my nails, it was like, it was gonna be clear a week later that I needed to get my nails done. So like last week, it was super clear that I needed to get my nails done. And I'm like, my nails should last longer than a week. So I'm kind of hesitant to go back. And the reason I even allowed that to happen was I wasn't paying attention when the lady was doing my nails. I was reading a book. And you know, I just picked the color and I'm just like, when she tell me to do one hand, I do that hand, switch. I wasn't really looking until the end. And I'm like, I don't want to be that customer that waits until the very end. And I'm like, oh, I hate my nails. Because really, I should have been paying attention. So, but anyway, I should have been paying attention when the lady was doing my nails and I wasn't. So that's really on me. But we're about to go to the salon. I don't know what color I'm going to do. This color was cool. I mean, it's not even really a color. It was just like a neutral tone. Very boring. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to look. Yes, I still use Pinterest. I'm going to have to look on Pinterest for some ideas. Or on TikTok. Which, by the way, I'm a little sad. They keep saying that TikTok is going away. Oh, my face is so dry. They keep saying that it's going away. And now that I'm dependent on it, I'm dependent on TikTok. TikTok is how you find some of the best restaurants, nail designs.
Only thing you need to depend on is God.
You're right, you're right.
So I'm dependent on TikTok.
But you know, TikTok, they have a lot of good ideas and a lot of healthy discourse about various topics in the world. But anyway, I'm going to look on TikTok for some nail choices, see what I can find real quick. And then after that, if the gym, like if it's not too late to go to the gym, which it shouldn't be, it's only like 2:30, so I should be good. But head to the gym after that. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to TJ Maxx today. It's not a high, not a high priority, but I really did want to go. But it's all good. I was thinking about the reason I'm even considering going to TJ Maxx is because of the weather recently. Amazon, their delivery time frames are a lot slower. Because of the weather, you know, there's not as much being delivered within the right time frame that I'm used to. So kicking it old school by trying to go to the store. And I really don't feel like going to TJ Maxx because I know there's going to be a million people in the stores, especially now that the ice has melted. So I don't particularly want to go, but that's something I can put off for later in the week. Maybe going during a weekday, that's typically better. There's not gonna be a whole lot of people in here. So anyway, the vlog that I was supposed to post last week or whenever that didn't make it out, I mentioned that I was waiting on a couple perfumes. So this one, I'm sure if y'all have probably heard of this before. Most, if not all of you. This is Baccarat 540. Baccarat Rouge 540. And it took me a long time to like want to get this particular one just because there was like this whole craze around it, and I was like, it's probably not worth it. It's probably being overhyped or whatever. Long story short, I got the perfume. It was kind of a blind buy. Like I had smelled it before, but when I got it, I didn't like it. Like I don't really care for the way that it smells. So I've been letting it sit for a few weeks, probably 2 weeks now, before really using it in hopes that I'll end up loving it later. The other one, this is not the full bottle. This is a decant by Rado Ball That Freak, which I've been wanting this for a long time. I just don't want to spend that amount of money for the full bottle. So I was like, well, let me just get a small bottle of it and just enjoy that. And then by the time I get through that bottle, maybe I'll, you know, feel a little more committed to buying the full size bottle. So, but this one, it smells so good. I've had samples in the past before, and this particular fragrance reminds me of my mom, which the first sample that I got, I was a little emotional about it, to be honest, because it reminded me of her so much, and I wasn't expecting that. Now that I have like a larger size bottle, it still reminds me of her, but I notice it has more like citrus in it. So it's a warm citrus perfume, if that makes sense. So it's got notes of lemon, black currant, African orange, violet, jasmine, vetiver musk, amber, and cedar. So it's a beautiful fragrance, y'all. Like I'll probably end up committing to the full size bottle. It's just the price point right now, and me trying to be financially responsible in 2025, I was like, I'm not gonna do the whole thing. So, it smells so good. Anyway, let me hurry up and get out of here so we can head on to the nail salon. Oh, can y'all even see me right now? I'm so glad this ice is melting because, yeah, I have not driven my car in about a week now. Where's my gym bag? Hold on. Yeah, I haven't driven my car in a week, and I don't have my keys. Hold up. All right, let's try this again. I don't even know if I have any gas. Let me see. Oh, the last time I was in here, I had it on 69 degrees. Must have been a warm day. All right, I got a quarter tank of gas, but this ain't no E-Class. Do I remember how to drive? You know how it is when you haven't driven in a while? It's like, do I even still know how to drive right now? I do. I've been driving since I was like 12, y'all. All right, let me get going. Tell me why I forgot that this car has a heated steering wheel. I don't know if I have ever used it, but something told me to try it out today, because being that my car sat in the garage for so long, it's actually cold. Like, it's cold in here. It's not like freezing cold, but it's colder than usual. So anyway, y'all, it's still some snow out here. I thought it was gone. Oh, I gotta talk to y'all later. Look at y'all can't even see me. Ew. Hi guys. So as you all can see, I'm not at the gym. Actually out eating. Hey, what do you know? Surprise, surprise. So I'm here. My husband. So I did get my nails done, as y'all can see. I did do that, okay? But then, in the midst of getting my nails done, I got hungry. So me and the nail tech, we were talking for a long time. She's such a sweetheart. I look forward to going back to her specifically again. Um, but yeah, I was hungry, y'all, so I had to come get something to eat. I can't work out on an empty stomach, especially not leg day. So I might shift my leg day to tomorrow and then just do upper body at home tonight. So anyway, other than that, yeah, probably after I eat, I'm probably gonna get sleepy again. So it's gonna have to be an upper body day because I don't think I have it in me at this point to do lower body. But we're about to eat some nachos and a burrito. And oh, also, I don't think I said this, but I'm doing dry January. So what that means is no drinking for the month of January. Um, thank you. You're in the thing.
Oh, okay.
But and it, yeah. So I'm trying to go past January, like not drink at all this year. So this, unfortunately, is one of my favorite places to get a drink, but I'm gonna stick to it. As of right now, we just have a little water, and I've been feeling pretty good. So my husband asked me how I've been feeling since not drinking. Um, Overall, I've been feeling good. It is different because I'm so used to like getting off work, especially like on Fridays and just like having my wine and stuff like that. Which I'll talk more about this, but long story short, I do feel better not drinking. I feel like clearer in terms of like thinking. What's today, the 12th? So it's been 12 days. Um, I feel good in the morning, like when I wake up. I don't know. I usually have like a level of anxiety as soon as I wake up, and I feel like that's improved. Now, during the week, we don't have to see because work kind of makes me a frazzled mess sometimes. But yeah, I would encourage anybody that's been on the fence about doing dry January or like reducing your drinking to do that in general because you know the alcohol is it's really toxic to your body. Like it's really serving no purpose. In that moment, it might feel like it's helping you like level out or feel good, but like the amount of work that your body does after the fact, like to process that it's just really giving your body a hard time. And it makes anxiety worse. So anyway, I'm about to eat some of these chips. I'm so hungry, and then I'll talk to y'all later. All right, just finished eating. They were getting ready to start up the music in there. I kind of wanted to stay and listen, but yeah, I've heard it before, so it's fine. Yeah, I can't believe I ain't make it to the gym tonight. Really, I could go to this other gym that's not far from me. They're a 24-hour gym, but just with the way that the weather has been, I don't know if these wet spots are gonna freeze up and turn into black ice tonight. So the same for if I go tomorrow, which I'm just now thinking about. It's gonna be at 5:30 a.m. So let me see, what's the weather looking like? Yeah, I do not want to get caught up in this whole black ice, and it's supposed to rain. Yeah, I don't know. It's just such a difficult time to try to like go to the gym. Like during the winter when it's like this, which is not very often, right? Like it's very rare that it even snows here. And the ice part is a little more common, but it's still not that common. So I really didn't plan this out well, like how I'm gonna maintain my workout routines. But the best that I got right now is by doing this tonal at home. So I might just, I don't know. I hate to say that I'm gonna stick to that for this week when part of the reason that I go to the gym is so that I can get out of the house. Like, I get into these like depressive states if I'm in the house too long. So I don't want to do that to myself, especially with the shit that I have going on at work. I need to get out of the house. So I gotta figure something out. I don't know, y'all. Oh, also, I forgot to mention that I have a therapy session on Wednesday with a new therapist. It's been about a year, maybe a year and a half since I last went to therapy. Now that my insurance has changed, I haven't even checked to see if I could use the same therapist that I used to have. But either way, like, I'm open to trying a new therapist. If you have never gone to therapy before, a few things that I am going to share here with you. Everybody needs to go to therapy. I don't care if you're going through something in life or if everything is just peachy and dandy. We all know, just from living on this earth, that one day everything can be normal, peachy, great. And then a week later, your whole world can be upside down for a number of reasons. It is always, always, always good to have somebody that is a professional that you can talk to, where their whole purpose in being in your life is to just like hear you out, just giving you that space to just talk. Because sometimes that's really all you need, and sometimes you need a little bit of guidance to help you come to certain conclusions that you wouldn't be able to come to on your own. So if nothing else, that's the reason that I go. I also go because right now, at this point in my life, I need to be reminded of the tools that will get me through tough times. Right now, I can safely say I'm going through a tough time at work. It is a very tough time, very stressful and trying time that is also having a huge impact on my personal life, which is, to me, like, that's a non-negotiable. It's like when work starts to cross over into my personal life, it's definitely time for me to make some changes. So that's what I'm doing. I've found a therapist that's Atlanta based. It's a virtual therapy session, so it really doesn't matter. But through my new insurance, and so we are going to meet on Wednesday. I think I need to fill out some sort of questionnaire or something about my insurance before I attend the session. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully she's good. The last time I went through the process of looking for a therapist, all right, he ready to go. The last time I went through the process of looking for a therapist, it was really hard. It was during the time where my grandmother was in hospice care, and I really, really needed to talk to somebody. And she was close to, oh, I couldn't even see that car. Hold on, y'all. She was in hospice care, and I really needed to talk to somebody. Like, I just needed to talk to somebody, because I felt like, even though to my family and such, like, I was holding it together, but I really felt like I was losing my shit. Like, I felt like I was about to lose my mind because, hold on.
I was just trying to wait on you.
Oh, okay, I didn't know what was going on. Okay. But yeah, I really was feeling like I was about to lose my mind, because, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot watching a family member, a loved one, pass away slowly every day. Like, when I tell you I was at the hospital pretty much every day and working from the hospital. Like, I would have my laptop, I would be taking meetings and everything from her hospital room. And, you know, that weighed a lot on me mentally, and I don't think I realized that, and especially didn't realize how much that weighed on me until after she had passed away. Like, but anyway, back then when I was looking for a therapist, it was tough because the first 2, I think. Like the first one that I had, she pretty much canceled my session right before we were set to meet. The second one just flat out didn't even show up. And they were both, dare I say, black women. And it was very discouraging because I started out, I was like, when I find a therapist, and that was my first time going through therapy, I was like, when I find a therapist, I need her to be a black woman because I need her to be able to identify with what I'm going through in life, not the, you know, grief and bereavement element necessarily, but like just general life stuff. So I started with looking for a black woman naturally. And unfortunately at that time, it didn't work out. And so I ended up with a therapist. She was Latina lady. She was amazing. She was an older lady. She was really great. And she specialized in like grief counseling too. So it was like right on time. But it kind of got to a point to where like therapy was going so good and I had like hit my goals and stuff that I had created. And so she was just, it kind of felt like, oh, you're fine now. Like, why do we still need to meet? And so I just stopped going. But from my own personal experience, it would have been nice to like have at least like go from like a weekly session to like maybe like a monthly session. Like if I had kept that going. So, and I think we tried to set that up, but it was like, I was just kind of like, well, I guess I really don't need it. But really looking back, like I should have just stuck to it. But this time around, like, yeah, sticking with like trying to find a therapist that I can identify with. So the one that I'm meeting on Wednesday, she also specializes in like grief counseling and stuff because a part of me, I'm still grieving like the loss of my grandmother, and I'm even still grieving the loss of my mom. Like my mom passed away in 2014, and there are still moments in my life where I'm like, I wish my mom was here. Like there's so many moments in my life. Like I always think of it this way, where wherever I have a happy moment, it's always a little like dash of like sadness because she's not physically here to experience those moments with me. So for example, when my husband and I, when we bought our house, our home that we're in now, like I know my mom would have absolutely loved our house. She would have loved just seeing it being built. And like I struggled with that. Like a part of me was extremely happy, you know, and it was a celebratory time in our lives, my husband and our life. But the other part of me, like I would just get so sad because it was like, damn, after everything that my mom went through, like the fact that she couldn't be here to see me. And it wouldn't even just be about me, right? Like it would also be a celebratory moment for her because she was the type of person that was very much like, you know, Sharita, when you get older, I want you to get married. I want you to, you know, you and your husband to own your own home, like have your own property and not have to answer to people. Like she was that type of person. And so I know that like wherever her spirit is, like she's still proud and, you know, it just, she's not here physically. But that, like, even, you know, still going through grief 10 years later, going on 11 years because she passed away in June of 2014. It was like a month before her birthday. Even going through that, still going through that now is like, it's really hard because like I said, for pretty much every good moment, it has always felt like there's that bit of sadness. And yeah, sometimes I'm able to like coach myself through it. I'm able to like think through it and navigate. But when you have that plus things going on like work life, for example, things going like different demands, like having to show up in different ways throughout your life, all of those things combined, that shit can become like very, very stressful. So, you know, it's the compounding of just the shit that comes up with life that I feel that I need help with through therapy. So it's not just one thing, if that makes sense. So anyway, that's the reason that I'm going. I think that if anybody watching this is ever on the fence about going to therapy, you've been thinking about it, like, oh, I don't know if I should go. I don't know if my problems are bad enough or whatever. If it's a problem, like, you should try to go. You should try to go and talk to somebody. Even if you feel like it's a small thing, it doesn't matter, because life can go from 0 to 100 in like the blink of an eye. So it's very important for you to set yourself up for success, you know, and just having that outlet available to you when you need it. So anyway, I don't even know how I got on this topic. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that this week. So like I was saying in the restaurant, like I'm also doing dry January, and that is also playing into like overall mental health and well-being too, because like I know that like alcohol has a negative effect on your mental health. It does. Like for me, it happens like the next day. Oh, I look so bloated from right here. But for me, it shows up the next day. So like, let's say for example, I go out and I drink Sunday night or something, or I drink at home Sunday night. My Monday is kind of messed up because of the effects of my body, I guess, trying to like process the alcohol from the day before. Like alcohol stays in your system, I don't know how long, but I know it's longer than 24 hours, in my opinion, from my experience. So if you're drinking, and like with me, I had gotten into a habit of drinking almost every night after work, it's like my mental health is obviously going to be impacted by that. Like my anxiety is obviously going to get worse. My depression is going to be worse, like whenever I'm going through depressive periods of my life. So, you know, I've been wanting to stop drinking for a long time, and it just never, I don't know, like I haven't done it. And like at this point, like I'm the type of person where when I make my mind up about something, like I'm gonna stick to it, especially when I know like what my reason why is. Like I know what my why is, and so I'm not gonna give up on that. Like I know that my why is greater than me picking up a drink. I know that like with my history, so I come from family members who struggle with addiction. So with that being as part of like my genetic makeup, even, why do I continue to put myself behind before I even get started? So that's another big goal. So therapy, not drinking. The other one, y'all, is financial. Last year, I had a lot of fun last year. I did. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of unscheduled fun. And I think I said this before. I don't know if it's in the vlog that I have not yet posted that is very emotional. But if I haven't said it before, like last year I had a lot of fun, but this year I need to go into this year like having things scheduled out. I need to be more strategic about the way that I'm spending my money, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that I want to be able to do. And with the way that I've been spending, I'm not going to be set up for success. So anyway, that aside, really the whole point in me saying all of that is, if you are on the fence about doing anything that's going to put you ahead in life, that's going to make you better, that's going to, like, even if it seems like it's so hard to even get there, like, just do the first step. Just make the first step. So like if it's therapy, just make the first step of looking for like what your options are. Like, who are the therapists around you? There are even apps now that you can download. So just taking the first step of looking into those apps, and then, you know, maybe you don't make a decision right then and there, and that's fine, but just do the first step, and then you'll find your way. Like, it's gonna stick with you. Like, if it's important enough for you to make that type of a change, it's going to stick with you, especially once you're putting yourself in environments that are positive and that are motivating you to like get to the next level in your life. So give yourself grace, but also hold yourself accountable. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So very long-winded monologue here as per usual when I'm driving. But I hope that whoever's watching this, if you've been on the fence about anything that is necessary to improve your life, you take the first step. If it's a business plan that you've been thinking about putting together, go ahead and open up that blank Word document and just start typing. Even if the structure of it is not specific to a business plan yet, just go ahead and start getting your thoughts on paper. Just start somewhere, okay? Because I was just telling the lady that did my nails, like, life is too short for the bullshit. Like, it really is. People don't realize how fleeting and how precious life is. That's something that I realized. It took me losing 2 family members. Really, when I lost my mom, I realized that, but especially when I lost my grandmother, because it was like, damn, my grandmother lived a long life, but was it the type of life that she wanted to live? And I know for me, she was a great person, but I know for me, like, I have to be intentional. I do. And I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to y'all when I say this. I have to be intentional because it was too many people that came before me that sacrificed so many different things that they could have been doing because they had to do something a certain way because of the time that they were in, or because of who they were. So in other words, because they were black women, they might have had to make certain decisions that they really didn't want to make. But me, in the position that I'm in, I'm also a black woman, and I live in a world that's a little more open than it used to be. So why not take advantage of the opportunities that I have? Even if you're not a black woman that's watching this, you're a human being. Life has, like, overall, if you live, you know, in certain places, or not even in certain places, like, life in general has evolved. Like, the world has evolved just a little bit, at least, from what it used to be, where, you know, your parents or your grandparents may not have made or been able to make certain decisions, but now you have access to different resources to do that. So that's the internet for us, right? So get online, research, stop making excuses. I'm starting to sound like what's that commercial? It was like not the ICDC, Everest. Get off the sofa. Stop making excuses. But anyway, y'all get my point. It's starting to get dark. The lighting is starting to get terrible. But I hope y'all took something from this. If you're watching still, I appreciate you watching and listening to part of my story. And I hope to share more of my story with you. But y'all, I'm just headed home, and probably gonna continue doing some laundry, and then I need to work out. So I might record a little bit of my workout tonight. It's just gonna be upper body. And then, yeah, I'm gonna get ready for work tomorrow and call it a night. But otherwise, I will talk to y'all later. Toodaloo.